kills. But imagine if Slark hits level 13 faster. His pounces are maxed out faster. They're on lower cooldown. It's going to be easier for him to kill supports. But VP consistently played so well that they did not let him snowball off of kills. And that is just really good props to VP in this game.
Props to VP in that game, indeed. Thank you, Purge. Not just props, but also the W. The win goes to VP in that first game. Let's see if Navi can force out a third game of this series. We're going to find out. We'll be ready with the draft of Game 2 after the break. Versus Virtus Pro coming your way here. You're watching ESL 1 powered by Intel. And of course, this is the upper division of the Eastern European DPC League. But forget, this is the final series of the season. Yes, there will be tiebreakers, but they're like somewhat outside the season. This is the final scheduled series outside the season, and we're well into the draft of this second game. We're joined by Purge, Kyle, Tigov here as well, and the Phoenix Ursa coming out from Navi as they have to try something else again, because again, the Beastmaster Enigma is banned, Kyle.
Well, I think more importantly, VP aren't changing anything. They are still using the same formula, and thus far, fortunately for Navi, Their formulas were Enigma and Beastmaster. They're still gone.
Yeah.
You can pick Lion and an offlaner all day if you're VP, and nobody's been able to beat it in this entire region.
Yeah, I think the interesting thing here is simply that VP are first pick in this game, but like you said, they still have the same formula 4 into offlane, and they keep the same bans. They're not allowing General to play on his most comfortable heroes, the Beastmaster and Enigma. And I don't know if Navi was really ready for an instant Timbersaw on kind of a first pick scenario. Therefore, they go for this Ursa. And we just saw on the player cam when the Ursa was picked, DM, he was chuckling. Because Ursa into Timber is a very 50-50 matchup because Timber can go Timber Chain and apply pressure. But then Ursa, if he gets a good start with correct supports, he can shut down a Timber.
The nerfs to Fury Swords as well. They're not nearly as strong level 1. So it's not really the same disparity. In addition, you have so much damage threat on Timber. Plus, you can always get away. There's no stun in this lane if there's a Phoenix and Ursa against Timber.
Exactly.
What do you think so far, Purge?
Yeah, the Phoenix doesn't give me a huge amount of confidence for sure, because it's not going to be easy to keep Timber around if that does end up being your 5 position hero. It could still be 4 though, it's flexible, but I just can't help but feel confident with Save's line. It's insanely good.
Yeah.
Even if he gets a little pressure in lane, he always gets Blink Dagger at a really good time. He uses his skills impeccably every single fight. It just doesn't feel like a Lion when he plays it. He's just like unkillable, and his disables are always in the right place.
Yeah, I wanted to actually shout him out because this is a guy I really hadn't heard of until he started playing with this VP lineup. That was an incredible performance. That replay of him avoiding the Slark, surviving, like he was 3K net worth against 12K and took 3 hits from Slark, and he had Ag's Diffusal. Like that's kind of nuts. Also consider he's hitting his hero first pick every game.
This is also the only team that at the start of the season, like 6 weeks ago, they were already picking Lion. They had already identified, hey, this hero good, save on it, even better.
Yep. Yeah, I think Fogg mentioned it beautifully in the cast. It's the idea, the discipline that you have on position 4. When you have the stun on your team, you need to know who and why you're stunning. And some team players can kind of get a little bit lost in the game, but no, Save, he consistently just shows exactly why he needs to initiate.
Another excellent 4 and offlaner, Zai. The most important thing you need in Dota 2 to succeed is patience. And I believe Save definitely demonstrates that. Love their second phase bans as well in these top tier matches. They're never boring. Makes total sense. You ban the Iceberg Doom. It's the hero he's really looked the best on so far in this league. And then Mars Tide. You already have your offlaner. Take out 2 of really the only tier S remaining in the pool.
What's General gonna play?
I don't know.
The interesting thing here is VP, they're not looking at the hero matchups, because when you have Timbersaw, naturally you don't really care too much about a Mars or a Tidehunter. But like you said, it's maybe more towards the comfort of General. Like even those heroes would be hard countered by Timbersaw, what they bring to the game is still simple. If you arena X hero, they should die. If you ravage a hero, they die. If not next to the Timbersaw.
And unfortunately for General, one of his best is just so nerfed. I don't know if you can play it, but a Bat Rider looks really nice in a game against Timber.
But does it still with the nerf?
I think an offlane bat still can come into play. I think it's only mid bat that can afford it the most because of the kind of the 1v1 duel of the CS. But in the offlane, if you have the correct support to enable you in that kind of CSing department, it for sure could still be viable.
The only other offlaner that he's played this season in the upper division has been Void Spirit. Other than the Alchemist, obviously, previous game.
Yeah, we can write that off.
I like the Disruptor here. Definitely gives some kill potential potentially against Timber. Disable like combo potential later on is going to be their team fight's excellent. They can definitely kill Save with Disruptor as well. He's pretty squishy, but if you glimpse him back into a kinetic field, Ursa should be able to kill him, I assume. So I kind of like that as a pivot here.
When we were talking about the Ursa versus Timbersaw and the chuckle that we saw VP have, it was said that Ursa, with the right support duo, would be able to do good. Is this a right support duo to do well against a Timber in lane?
Disruptor Ursa? Yeah, it's one of the better ones, but that's a clock off lane. That's one of the general heroes we're waiting for. Which means we're saving Iceberg's hero for last.
Hello?
What?
Wait, Oracle, is this a Timbersaw? Oh, no, not Timbersaw. Huskar incoming?
No,
it's
because
not.
you already have the Lion and the Oracle.
Just want to get a car.
Maybe it's a mid. No,
Me and T were talking about this backstage, but Iceberg's got to step up if you're going to see Navi win a game here. They're now giving him last pick, and honestly, he's just got to perform. GPK didn't make mistakes. You know, Iceberg made a couple, and that's going to be a disparity here. Like the Monkey King, Oracle MK, if you time it right, and I believe GPK can play it, this will likely be his hero.
Yeah.
You can mischief the damage from Oracle ult popping and survive basically everything.
But the key thing here is, wait, go on, Purge.
Does that actually work?
That actually works.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
So a key thing here is from the previous game when Slug was jumping these supports, they had to utilize buybacks to really keep themselves in the fights. In this game, because of the Monkey King, especially against Ursa, Clock, and these type of heroes, you just have to stand inside Wukongs. You know, your Monkey will indirectly cover your supports now, enabling your fight. And then Timbersaw, he's the hero that's going to be baiting out the fights. But no, I love the fact that Navi are really going back to their kind of big comfort heroes for their players, and it's complete aggression. Like, if they can overwhelm their opponent, this lack of team fight from VP, it is save and Monkey King versus the world right
now. And now you banned the 2 best mixed damage mids left in the pool that could pretty much play the carry and tower pressure for Iceberg. SF first, probably Death Prophet next, and then I just don't know what you take. Again, they're forcing Navi onto these like sub-comfort heroes, specifically the people I think you'd want to target, Iceberg and General.
And the Monkey King pick is so good here too, because it just protects you against so many mid heroes that your opponents might pick too. So just feels like a great outdraft here so far from VP.
I mean, it helps a lot. I'm telling you, this T-Gov was onto something. But when you go Lion plus Timber Tide, it's really easy to draft from there.
You don't have to think about anything. You just pick. And the best thing is you also see one hero, especially because your first pick. Like, the key thing here is underneath the heroes, you see the pick, right? First, second, third, etc. But when you are first pick because of the Lion, you get to react to the third hero of Navi's draft. So that's where it is just so comfortable drafting in this kind of style.
Don't Navi have like lane push issues? Because clock as a 3 typically isn't done because you don't sit in the lane much. You feel like you need to move around to be effective.
Ooh.
But if he does so, who's going to replace his lane push? A Rocket player does it, but
hear me out.
We're listening.
Tinker.
It's
sure. I have a soft spot for the hero.
Tons of vision. It activates your disruptor clock. You don't really need as much damage. They ban out Puck. Telling you, that tells me something. Death Prophet's the easy choice, but I agree with Purge because you have issues with lane shoving, you have issues with your late game damage output, and whenever you have like no wave clear and your team fight's a bit weaker, I just feel like the game gets really hard. I guess the team fight's fine, but
they could probably just pivot away from that and just go for like a Lycan or something. There's only a Timbersaw as your answer.
Monkey King Timbersaw?
Yeah, but like you just run through. You got the Ursa to cover you. It's the idea of this. But Navi have clearly shown that they do not care too much about scaling and just trying to get out of the game at a certain time or like a win
they
condition.
took it from them. VP, they're in their head. However,
this is a very good Oracle game now. Yeah, don't like him.
That is perfect.
Yeah.
That is like, because that is the hero Navi want in this spot based on their draft history.
Pugna's the lad.
Oh, yuck.
It's all right.
You're just going to die.
To
you
what?
get Yules
You
in
kill
the
them
air
all.
and you die.
You kill the DP pre-Yules. It actually is a very good matchup. It's not been played too much, but it destroys the DP and the idea of the game and pacing. You mentioned mixed damage.
This is not Hobson playing here today.
Yeah, but Iceberg, gone Purge.
I would like Pugna if we knew that like Ursa isn't farming Battle Fear on the back of that. I feel like it might be a little too slow. It doesn't I don't know, like it'll be good, but I feel like you would need to crush the early game, pressure like crazy with your carry being semi-involved, and Ursa's not going to want to do that.
Agreed. If it was like a lone druid, even like something like weird like a Naga Siren, where you either could double down on pressure or just play as 4 really aggressively with this crazy hyper carry that at some point would turn things for you. But you can't really pick an illusion core in this game right now.
No, you can't pick the spirits that also jump the backline as well because DP covers you. So
Tinker, dude.
Do they have to hit the back line? Because between like Clockwork and Glimpse and stuff, I feel like they can't pick people off in lanes.
They got picked now.
Okay.
Queen of Pain.
They go for a comfort Iceberg hero, the Queen of Pain. It's not as dominant as before because Death Prophet just buy some regen, life's pretty good. But it just puts Navi in that position of aggression. Like game 1, they're going to have these lanes. They're going to try and collapse the map. But fundamentally, they cannot make...
They're
not impressed.
Yeah, they're not impressed with that last pick at all.
They can't make these positional errors on Navi where they send one hero to one side, fight on another. And I think, just kind of the macro gameplay from Navi has to be so much better from game 1. They looked somewhat outclassed.
What do you think with the final 10 heroes on the board, Purge?
I kind of like Navi's stuff because I do see their ability to go around getting pickoffs, but it's going to require always want to fly to not die too much in lane. He classically dies a lot on Disruptor in the laning stage to stabilize his carry. That could hurt their mid-game timings. I just feel like VP's draft looks so much easier to execute at all stages of the game, so I think VP's going to win this.
All right, thank you so much. Come back to the end of the game.
They somehow have like all the answers. You have Oracle in the safe lane with your Monkey King. It's a Phoenix Clock. W prevents all damage.
It's only because of the heroes that Navi pick aren't like these S tier meta heroes, right?
Yeah.
You know, they're going for the Phoenix 5, they're going for the offlane clock. It's like, but these are comfort heroes. Like
This is what holds Navi back, though, because these are comfort heroes. I'm not saying they're like lost, but it's an 80-20 outdraft, and it's because they're choosing comfort over what's best in the game. This is what I criticized 104 when we watch EU games. Secret VP, they pick the best heroes for the situation.
They have the luxury of having players that are comfortable in every situation.
I want to see General's Clockwork pop off against Monkey King. Imagine, you know, you see the flare into the hook shot, and realistically, this is such a hard game for Navi.
It is.
But
you need a little bit of that, like IX like liquid magic.
All right. Well, maybe they have that. Maybe they have that when they're being on the comfort heroes.
Yeah.
Maybe that will work for Navi here in game 2. It needs to work for them if they want to force this to a third game. Let's find out if they can, together with OD Pixel and Fogged.
Let's find out indeed. I mean, that really is the question, Fog. Coming into this game 2, we saw Navi on the game 1 draft try for some sort of greedy strat, all in on the V-Tune Slark. What do you think of their approach here in what we're seeing from them in game 2? Is it going to be any better?
Oh, and this is all out of look at General's starting items. That is all I'm gonna say. They gotta just be the most aggressive players on the planet. I think if this game slows down at all, they just literally lose this game. They have to play super clean Dota, super aggressive, and let's see. They're starting it out with the smoke.
Let's see if they can get GPK. GPK, well, he's gonna be fine.
Oh, they're always wanna fly.
Oh, I say he's gonna be fine. Actually, GPK went back in. Whoa, that's done though. That's done though. Okay, he does still go down. As Navi, well, they got what they came for. They get first blood. General gets it.
That's the quad gauntlets right there really paying off, you know, and they allowed him to survive. Oh, I love the build. Navi, you know, as the panel said, they've gone for full out comfort. May not be the best heroes of the patch, but you know what? We're going to see some fun. I think they're going to play super aggressive, and I think that's the best way that they have to play versus VP. I think VP really showcased the last game just that they're on another level, really. They just looked so clean, the way that they moved around and danced and just recognized their win conditions so well. Navi's got to cause chaos, and we're going to see if they can in this game.
We'll see there indeed. Very close to being able to take General down before he got that hit off, but wasn't the case.
As they ran back to base, they have to TP to the lane, so Ursa's up here. Immediately going to start getting harassed, though, from the 2 VP heroes. And is already, as we know, the Timbersaw is going to skill chain. We saw it already earlier, and he's versus Ursa, so always a pretty good option. The General Clock, man, I haven't seen it in a while. They haven't had to bust it out in some time because he's been getting his heroes every single time. But now that we see how hard VP's focused this poor General, and we'll see what he can do as this Clockwork.
Oh, hell yes.
I mean, is it a good clock game?
Not so much. It's okay versus like the backlines to catch the Oracle, but your damage can just be completely negated, and I don't think there's very many games where a Clockwork is a good core hero.
No, sure. No, we don't see it in that position, really. Let's stay.
He's got 1,000 HP though, you know. Look at that. Look at the item build. I love it.
I mean, it's going to be hard for them to kill him in the lane with that amount of HP to work through. I mean, well, I guess maybe not when Nightfall has his boots. Yeah.
They're deceptively really squishy on the bottom lane. 1 armor Phoenix, 2 armor Clockwork, and it's a Monkey King. I think this is one of the better lanes Monkey King could be in, with the backup of an Oracle too. I think it makes it that much stronger. As I really like the way the VP set up their lanes, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see how much chaos Navi can cause. I think that's really gonna have to be the name of the game, especially when they pick, you know, Iceberg. They picked him a comfortable hero like that Queen of Pain, but it is into a Lion. So there's always gonna be those disables mid-game that it's just unavoidable.
Yeah, and we saw how well Safe was playing the Lion last game, so
yeah,
he's gonna find those catches.
Timbersaw is actually beating the Ursa right now in CS. Just because of this Timber Chain early level and just the way Save's able to play. And there's the mana drain. It's actually very effective and very obnoxious. Disruptor usually wants to be able to spam a little bit more. Save's done a great job of just burn his mana.
And down bottom, Nightfall 11 for 3. General 11 for 1 though. So yeah, both getting farmed down here. We'll see what General does with his farm as the offlane clock.
He's getting some bracers online, so he is gonna be durable at least in the HP department, not in the armor department for quite some time. But I will say. See that blink quickly. That's why we see this Queen of Pain pick in the game. Not only just because of comfort, because you can actually blink dodge those Spirit Siphons. And he will have rune control. That's the other thing about the Queen of Pain versus Death Prophet matchup. You can get rotations, you can get rune control, and you can pose better kill threat onto the Death Prophet most of the times, rather than if the DP gets a rotation. Navi has to pull the bottom lane a bit. It is a tough lane still for General. I'm actually very impressed that he's gotten up to the 15 already at this point versus Monkey King Oracle. But now they have to, rely on pulling him. Now we'll see the runes start to get checked out. Roger gonna start making his move. And it's also, this is actually interesting to point out, even though Roger is a level 23 Phoenix, it usually actually is always 1 of 5 playing it with their drafts.
Yeah, I guess, yeah, that is true, actually. But,
Yeah.
definitely, as you say, still in competent hands here for Roger. As
it's top.
GPK is going to be able to grab that.
Oh, and it's an illusion. Very fortunate versus a Queen of Pain. No more Shadow Strikes for you.
Yeah, very unlikely to ever really be a situation where Iceberg's going to find the opportunity to jump and punish GPK in the lane now.
And DM is literally getting away with everything top. He's even bullying the Ursa back without an Orb of Venom. Usually when I see them able to bully, it's because they have Oov and they just got a good head start. But he's actually bullying Ursa without it. And already up to level 4, V2 and actually has to be a little careful. He has to walk away from the creep wave. Never something you want to see with an Ursa versus Timbersaw matchup. As he can't get a single last hit. He just missed like 6 or 7 under the tower there. VP just running at him made it so that he couldn't actually get a single one of them up there. And DM is being a total nuisance as they'll push them away from the bounty runes. And we see the 2 illusions from it. GPK deny both bounty runes on the bottom side. So VP, 2 bounty runes for themselves, and Navi 0. Big moves coming out from him.
Yeah. GPK not missing a beat.
He is looking to really win today. No mercy.
A save. He's going to get trapped here in the field. Terminax, he's still got a stun to go. As always want to fly, trying to kite it out. Save's able to turn.
He's turning.
Or he's going to get the kill.
The fairy fire.
A little bit of XP on the way out. He'll be happy with that.
Yeah, well worth it. He gets to reset, gets himself his golden experience too. And his Timbersaw's having a fine time anyway, so it doesn't matter if he's on the lane. As V-Tune, he's only gotten 4 last hits in the last minute and a half.
I mean, we can see now, both V-Tune and General just not having great times in these side lanes. As we'll see Save again just being such an annoyance here, coming in and taking that Arcane Rune away from Iceberg. At least
they refill the bottle.
They get that.
But General, he's had to break from the lane. He can't actually play the lane anymore as Clockwork. He has to just start moving around looking for these type of kills, which he's not bad against versus the 2 supports. But this is not what you want your offlaner to doing already. Like, you don't want him to be breaking out of the lane at this point. It's GPK. He's got some siphons to work with. Ooh, Iceberg gets the blink off in time.
It does get the Lion.
Save.
All right, Save will die for that. Okay, Iceberg.
And GPK.
All right, they're going to get the 2 of them.
Go.
It works out. Nicely done there. Holding underneath the tower.
Every little thing matters too, right? The bottle refill coming into play because he's got the mana to work around. So always want to fly his TP coming out big.
Yeah, very nice moves. In a situation where it looked like it was going to go VP's way. And looked like that Sonic wave, that only just scratched the Lion. That was very, very close.
If they lose the Queen of Pain there, Owen, I'm already like, I would have been like, VP's got this. So they really need to get those type of kills. Keep this aggression going. Keep the chaos going. Just keep catching VP off guard as, DM is now taking over top lane. Ursa is now jungling. That is a huge concern. They even see it now with the ward too. So DM, he's just going to be able to press the issue forward even more. Just commit past the tower. Even maybe pull the next wave and just really take this tower so that, Navi's just got
Iceberg.
some problems.
It's going to try and make moves down bottom. TP's coming in. They should get Kingslayer. Well, I say that. The stun's coming out into the Hex. Iceberg, he's going to be in trouble for this one as he goes down for that attempt.
And Roger, too. They've got a Primal Spring for him.
Oh!
Dire's top tower is under attack.
And still, that's the rotation of your Queen of Pain coming in, feeding their life away towards the Monkey King.
And now always want to fly. He will be able to get the glimpse away after the Timber Chain, so we'll be okay. But Tower is going to die. A first failed rotation as a Queen of Pain. And it's all about this game from Navi. It has to be like perfect. It's all about the mid game, right? Ursa, Queen of Pain, and Clockwork Cores. If you start having some struggles in this early game, your mid game is going to completely fall apart. Like, Ursa's not going to be able to join the fights. Queen of Pain is playing versus natural silences and Hex. And it's a Clockwork Core. Has to cause havoc as he's level 4. Oh, and this is not looking good for Navi at all.
I mean, how's his build going? How many braces are you going to turn those gloves into, do you think?
I think that's it. I think that's all he's getting.
All
he's
braces.
He can't lane. He can't CS anymore, so he has to just literally be running around and trying to just like counter gank. But now he's playing as a 4 position, right? So that's why this is a big reason why we don't see that Clockwork play too much in that offlane is you get relegated as a support and your items don't really progress that much better or anything like that. It's just, yeah, you kind of just get sacrificed completely for your game. As VP, very comfortable. Top 3 net worth, pressuring 2 towers, Monkey King free farming. See how Navi responds.
GPK running in on Always Want to Fly. And nearly finding the kill, actually. Always Want to Fly having a step right back V-Tune. Got the stun into the Hex.
Alrighty.
The Sonic Wave does burst down safe, and now they can look to try and turn. They try for GPK. Now they look over towards Kingslayer, but time's been brought for DM to come across. As Iceberg, he's on the run. His Blink's still on cooldown. Iceberg's going to go down. Another move where, I mean, Iceberg, he is getting kills, but he's losing his life for them, and the kills are only on supports.
It does. Oh, and it feels so bad there. They don't even defend the tower. DM just rotates mid now, and now they have no Sonic Wave to even punish or push this Timber away. He's just gonna walk at them. And now it's Monkey King also free farming bottom. This is just all going VP's favor. As General, he just wants to join the fray. He's level 5. He's feeling a little bit strong now on this clock, but tower's gone.
I mean, and the question is, we've sort of seen it in both of these games here from Navi. They've clearly brought something rather different to the table.
Yeah.
You know, they've felt that they had to go and try something that would maybe catch VP by surprise. Do you think maybe they were sort of undervaluing themselves in this matchup? Could Navi have played a more standard sort of draft in this series and had a good shot? Or do you think at the end of the day they do have to try something very different because VP is just that bit better?
Well, VP just took them out of their comfort zone, right? They just banned the Beastmaster Enigma that they've played all season.
Okay.
And then they just picked the Timbersaw, and then they banned the Mars. And then it's like, what do you pick for General? He had no heroes left. Then they banned out most of Icebergs as well, too. The Doom, as well as that Invoker. I think VP just really did their homework, and it feels like Navi, they're a step behind. They're just really a step behind VP, who is just prepared on all elements. And very, very open to play pretty much anything. These guys, they don't mind if they just like switch a role, switch a hero, something like that. Panel was talking about how they're all just comfortable playing everything, while Navi, they've only shown a couple strategies, and it really feels like VP's just kind of playing around that. As I don't know when Navi really hits their timings. Like Iceberg, he's so far behind at this point. He has to have Sonic Wave to make any successful rotations. And I love the way that VP set up this draft where all 3 cores are probably the 3 best cores you could have with Oracle. All benefit from False Promise super hard, so you can't actually pressure wherever the Oracle is. So we'll see as Navi, they're gonna have to sit back and try to get some farm up, but farming into this VP game, you know, VP, it feels like you're playing into their hand. Roger's still quite not level 6 on the Phoenix either. So that's one thing that could maybe bail them out in some situations, the 2 big ults that come out from these 2 supports, if they can try to get a positional advantage. VP they never give them that. As we saw the last game, they're very good at identifying when they should pressure, when they should sacrifice the support and stuff like that, as it's looking similar. 4-6, 11:30. Maybe they can catch save. He's pretty far up.
This should be an easy one. They're going to drop the Static Storm down. Make sure that they can guarantee a kill, give V-Tune that bit of a boost to get his Battle Fury done.
He needs it. Anything he can get. Roger bottom. Can't quite take him out there.
And we'll see how much Nightfall's farm's going to explode now that the Maelstrom is complete. I mean, V-Tune is still farmed. Like, it's going to be a question of, you know, how much can the Ursa pull off in this sort of game? Like, is he playing against a lot of counters to his hero?
Yeah, Death Prophet Yules. It's going to be annoying. There's the controls, the disarms, the dispels as well from the Oracle can even be obnoxious as the Ursa. And you just don't have, you're not ready. You're going to take a very long time to get involved. Even after Battlefield, you don't want to fight. You want that next item to be able to join in. VP, they're going to start really kicking up the tempo. Death Prophet's about to have Yules, so he has that natural counter versus Ursa at all times too.
Let's see what he can get here.
It just feels tough, Owen. Just like Clockwork and Queen of Pain cores. If they're not making a lot happen in these phases of the game, you know, that 8 to 20 minute mark, they just effectively fall behind. They just effectively fall off. That's just the nature of the heroes.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
As they swing top, 13 minutes. Exorcism, DM can just tank this tower. So they can look to take this.
Dire's top tower.
And then they'll be able to deny the outpost, and it forces Navi's hand to maybe go fight. Maybe Navi can. They have all their ults. So this is when they are very strong. Sonic Wave, the Egg, the Disruptor ult as well, Static Storm, and everything with General coming in and maybe getting a good catch. So let's see if they can look to fight around this tower. As the Death Prophet ult is ending. VP getting into a position around their Monkey King.
They're going to get the glimpse.
They get the glimpse.
They'll catch Kingslayer.
It's a big catch.
Instead, he's going to turn across, get the stun opening onto Iceberg. Iceberg is going to die for that attempt. General comes in with the side with the hook shot, but the Boundless strikes down from Nightfall. They do manage to get that Supernova off, and VP are having to kite it out to the side. As the stun comes out, but Save's already away. The Wukong's command now down. The Sonic Wave will push back the three of them, pushes Nightfall out of the ult. A DM, he's still good to go. He's chasing down V-Tune, and with the Chakram, DM's going to be able to get the kill. He takes down the Ursa. See what DM and Nightfall can do here. Does Iceberg want to poke any further? He did buy back here, so he's got to be careful. Quick blink out away from the boundless strike of Nightfall. Navi, they get some kills in return, but still they're having to use Iceberg's buyback, and they're losing V-Tune.
Yep, they lost V-Tune, and it's all the way on their side of the map, so they can't really turn this into anything either, as they've had to use absolutely everything, including a buyback. And it feels like that buyback was absolutely necessary, as they wouldn't have gotten like any kills if Iceberg didn't do that. As VP very prepared for the fight, they reset the positioning of it to play around their Monkey King. Although they lose Kingslayer at the start, they still somehow end out in a good position in the fight. Now it's Navi coming together with everything, all their ults,
and still unable to break down this lead that VP has against them.
And their lineup is about early game, so if they're not commandingly winning these big fights at this point, it doesn't feel like it's going to progress into anything else. At least they have stacks, so V-Tune, he has some ancient stacks and some hard camp stank. But now this downtime, it feels like it plays again, still into VP. They're comfortable. Their lineup, it scales really well, as Navi's, it does not scale that well. Only the Ursa really does scale that well, as well as I guess the Phoenix, but you want your other core heroes to scale in comparison, as VP, all three scale super nicely.
We'll see if Navi want to tackle the potential fight in the top lane again, or if they'll let this tier 2 go.
They have a good ward up, at least, all the way in that top north side, the Tinker ward, to at least watch the Oracle's positioning. So maybe they could still be catching Kingslayer. But GPK, he's got level 2 Exorcism. VP wants this tower pre-20.
They're going to get it.
And they're going to get it. And they're saving Exorcism. So do they knock on the base, or do they just swing for another tier 2? Maybe just swing for another tier 2.
Now they could go another tier 2. They could go for Roche. I've got plenty of options here, VP.
Yep, and there's the outpost. Kingslayer is grabbing it.
Let's see what
Navi, this is going to be such a late Orchid on Iceberg. They're going to be probably getting close to the BKBs on the two main core heroes. Actually, Nightfall's not even going for it. He's going SNY. He's going much more greed. And they're setting up a rush. So Exorcism plus DM tanking it. They can do this with full HP.
Yeah.
And Navi, they do have everything ready, but fighting into this pit, that gives VP the opportunity to catch the heroes running in, which makes it a lot harder.
Yeah, it's pretty impossible.
Yeah.
To turn up here.
And Kingslayer's shadow amuleted on the side too, so they wouldn't even be able to find him if they did jump into the fight.
There we go, Aegis on Nightfall now, so not only having to try and deal with Kingslayer ready to save him in the middle of the action, I've got to take him down twice. This is still a tough game for General. Still lagging behind quite a bit here.
Not much he can do. You're a 3-position clockwork. You can't show in lanes. You can't farm. You have to just get farmed through kills. And he's only found the 2 and the 2 assists as well. This VP. Know this move is coming. DM plays very defensively. Even cutting himself all the way back, not even wanting to walk through the lane in case he gets caught behind the tower.
That's a good read. They were smoked rather close.
And the other two core heroes, they're playing. I've been saying this a lot recently, but it's the buddy system. You have one of your supports sitting behind you when your other hero is showing. So even if they look to make moves on the other side, your support might just tank the gank for that opposing core. So splitting up their resources as well. And Navi, unable to find anything besides just putting down a nice aggressive ward at least.
That's the Orchid done now. But as you say, it's not a quick one. It is a slow timing this game.
Not that bad though for how many deaths it feels like Iceberg has had.
Sure.
18 minutes isn't that bad.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Does feel like VP's already pretty prepared for it. It's already setting up for the next tower. Push mid, an arcane rune at the ready inside of GPK's bottle. Ult back up in 15 seconds.
And Nightfall pushing away at the tier 1 on his own down bottom.
Probably just trying to slow it down, but won't quite be able to, as he will be able to finish off that tower and save. He's trying to finish up the blink. They don't have the easiest ways of initiating still on the side of VP. They kind of just have to walk into the fights, but he's going to have it any minute now. And we saw what he was able to do last game with that blink, and now he's playing versus a hero without Dark Pact. Queen of Pain, a very easy target to just immediately go for with those blink hacks, blink stuns. As the scan is successful, Iceberg, is he going to stick around for these 2 creeps?
Oh no, he's sticking around. He's sticking around for them, and that'll cost him.
Successful scan from VP as always one of... Okay, he gets away. But yeah, successful scan from VP gets them that kill as they swing across the map.
Just went.
Now that's a long death. Yeah. That was the buyback, right? That was the buyback death. So it's 50 seconds without a Queen of Pain.
Extra time where he's just not able to have the impact that he needs to as a quap with this Orchid Brush.
And now it feels late, right? Because now it effectively is like a 21-minute Orchid when he responds, and GPK, he'll nearly have that BKB done.
Yeah, he's got Yules, he's got BKB, he's got an Oracle behind him. DM's pretty much got a Lotus Orb. Yeah, that Orchid doesn't feel too great anymore.
Nope. And he hasn't even gotten to use it yet. And still hanging on to the Exorcism. Since they're just pushing it without having to use it, they're saving it for the fight. Or for the next opportunity of play. As we see mid, they're cutting the creep wave on V-Tune, but he's getting stunned up.
Save! He's able to set up. They get in. V-Tune, he pops the BKB. He's going for the TP out with the Enrage. Oh my goodness, he makes it away.
And that is the blink reveal, General. Has to cancel his TP.
I was going to say, he's not going to be able to do anything here against DM. As, okay, he can get out with the hook shot. Always want to fly by his side to give him something to jump to.
They're going to chase. They have the other 2 cores connecting. DP and Monkey King were thinking about starting to jump over.
Glimpse is still on cooldown. Ooh, he's in. Can he get anything else out of this, Roger? He's out of the map, back over towards mid. Nightfall. He's able to trap V-Tune in the ult. BKB and Enrage is still on cooldown. He's got to get out of it. The Static Storm has to be laid down to stop Nightfall from chasing. No glimpsing, but he's got the Aegis still for 30 seconds.
Iceberg at least able to get himself another kill, get use of his Orchid. Oof, V-Tune lucky to get away though. Think about it, he probably just stepped up and got like stunned and comboed from save. Lucky to get out with his life as his BKB will be back up in 5 seconds. But VP, they've gotten so much time now to just back away and just sit back, farm, finish up all these items to counteract, as you say, versus that Orchid. That BKB nearly done on Nightfall, BKB nearly done on GPK, and Lotus Orb is finished on DM. So they've got the answers already.
A lot of this now just for Navi on V-Tune to carry them out. be
Gotta
that
pop
force
off.
that can jump and take out a target at the start of the fight. He is still very farmed. He's up there with Nightfall, but a lot rests on what he's able to do in these fights.
He's got it. Yeah, he's really got to do so much. Has to find the Oracle. Same thing for the Queen of Pain. They have to get to the back lines to be able to take out those annoying supports. And then they do have hopes inside the fights. DM is still a big issue, though. I don't know how they're going to kill this Timbersaw unless he's like full out isolated.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
He's having such a good game. From the lane.
Whenever you have like this type of game versus an Ursa lane too, right? He's 4-0 and 4, 190 last hits. He bullied the Ursa out of lane. VP, get an aggressive ward down, and now they're looking to smoke. They send the Monkey King top, and then they're going to go try to back him up. They also get a successful scan, and he has BKB. So they are very ready to fight.
And so does GPK.
Oh, man. Yeah. Double BKBs. Now the Egg, the Disruptor, the Clockwork, even the Queen of Pain just almost fully addressed. These fights for Navi. Yeah, V-Tune has to just pop off in the back line somehow. Does not feel easy.
Maybe Navi can catch the backlines off guard here with this smoke.
Oh, GPK has another Arcane Rune. I swear, he's always getting Arcanes.
Oh, boy.
Even has the Essence Ring, too, so he pops that before walking up the high ground, so he's just effectively tankier from that max HP increase.
Navi, they're not finding him. And we'll see DM now.
Radiant's courier.
At least
Another smoke from VP, though. They've got this big timing with double BKBs. They really want to show it. They really want to bring it to Navi, as Iceberg is split away from his team.
Oh. They're going to be able to find always want to fly. It's in the best interest to get everyone else out of there, but the Boundless Strike from Nightfall catches onto General. He will manage to hook shot over towards the mid wave. And that will keep him alive, so again, able to run. Well, I say that, actually, yeah, Nightfall just able to just swing across the map, closing the gap. And despite the strong attempt with a hook shot to escape, VP are able to run him down and kill him off anyway.
They're so quick with the way they're making the moves. You know, they smoke to make one swing across the map, a secondary smoke to get onto their high ground. And yeah, Iceberg, he wasn't there. So immediately Navi, they just know they have to bail away. Iceberg at least has farmed his BKB, so he'll have some protection if he's able to get it off before the Hex comes out.
Save! He's got the Hex into the finger. They're giving everything to Vichun's Ursa. Oh, he's able to get the BKB and the enrage off, but only just. The Static Storm's down on a Kingslayer and save, as they will get the two supports in return. But my goodness, was that close. They nearly lost Vichun.
At least they get two trade kills there. That's pretty nice. And they do get V-Tune out.
So
anything
close,
like any small type of thing for Navi is good, but yeah, so close. He nearly does go down. As we're seeing, you know, you might have magic immunity, but the chain stun is absolutely there from VP.
And once they find that opening, they don't mess up the follow-up VP.
No. And now they didn't have Exorcism for that attempt there. Now GPK, he will have it up again, since he did use it with an Arcane Rune last time. And Navi, they don't have any ults. And Roche has respawned V-Tune. In the area of it, he's actually going to start it. Oh, an instant pause.
All right, well.
Do you know what that means?
Packet
packet
I think
loss,
it means
okay.
packet loss.
Thank you, On.
Thank you, excellent translation. Oh, yeah, Save said it as well. Oh, yeah, what a coincidence. Okay. Packet loss here for VP. They don't have any vision over on Navi's half of the map. I mean, do you think they're going to suspect this Roshan?
Yeah, bottom lane's pushing in, mid lane's pushing in. Yeah, I think they absolutely know this is going on.
And then the question is, can Navi stick around for it? Or do you think we're going to see them sort of run as soon as they get a sight of VP coming in?
I think they've got to run. They don't have Egg. There's no way they win a fight without Egg. No Sonic Wave. They literally have like no ults up at all. I think this is a pretty ambitious attempt at the rush. I really think that VP is expecting this. And they have everything at the ready. They're trying hard to kill it fast. The BKB is up now, at least from V-Tune. They get the successful scan on the high ground. And VP, maybe they aren't aware.
Yeah, Navi. I mean, that's a big objective to get there. VP
Oh, they got a cheese.
not stopping it. Yeah, Aegis and cheese for Navi.
Not bad, not bad.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Is that the Basher as well too? Yeah, VTune, he's got a Basher too. So he's doing pretty decent. His other cores really struggling, but he at least is having a good time.
Let's see if he can do
He
it.
has a lot to go through.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant are scanning.
There's Navi setting up to make a move here. B-Tune leading the
Into lots of
way.
BKBs, and Kingslayer's in position.
Oh,
Oh,
hook shot misses. And that'll be
Yeah, they
the
know.
smoke revealed, yeah.
and they see VTune. They have a ward on the high ground here. DM, he's going to start on him.
Set up with the Yules. He instantly pops the Enrage to try and escape. But a Yules will hold him back. He's got to put the BKB as well to run. Static Storm used defensively as they're just having to get out of it, Navi. Always want to fly. He's not making it out. Boundless Strike puts the TP to an end. Very much a whiffed attempt there from Navi to get something going. General just not able to find the angle. And from that moment on, it was all a little bit over the place from Navi.
It feels like maybe it was fortunate that he didn't, though. The Oracle was completely in position. His whole team was at the backup. That could be a really disastrous position for Navi to fight. Around the tree lines there with Monkey King too. Maybe it was a little lucky that they didn't connect that hook. It's VP, they looked super ready for it. Now General, he showed himself in the lane. And he TP out. Again.
VP now in position to bring around this bottom wave.
About to hit level
themselves
20 on
tier two.
Nightfall. He's got Ags now as well. Oh, baby. GPK not quite level 18. Just a little bit shy of it after this wave. Still tough. It's just hard for Navi to fight because they don't have... The thing is, they don't have these similar forms of lockdown. They have these good ways of team fighting with Static Storm and Egg and, you know, getting maybe some catches like that, but they don't have the stuns. That is really what's making it so hard. And that just means that it's guaranteed for VP that they're gonna get their BKBs off in the fight. It's really tough for them to actually control these targets. So they're gonna have to be really perfect with the way they do jump somebody. They don't want it to be DM, as he will break that smoke.
Oh,
Oh,
he misses the timber chain, but I don't think
they
he
don't wanna
cares.
go on him.
Yeah, DM's just going to turn, and he's going to take out Always Want to Fly. We'll see over to the side. General and Iceberg popping the BKB. He's going to blow the Sonic Wave onto Kingslayer.
the Egg?
Kingslayer's still alive.
Right
The
next
X just
to-
going to get taken out as it's positioned right by Nightfall. Kingslayer, he's going to be back up to full HP. They blew the Sonic Wave on him, but they didn't quite kill him as he got the false promise off. The Wukongs is down as General's gone. V-Tune is enraged, kited up by the Yules. He'll try and jump out, but he's down the once. VP, they're going to be able to set up to do it again. As Navi, they cannot get across to help him out. V-Tune goes down.
A full disaster by Navi as the fight is just on two different sides. The Egg, Roger jumps up, puts the Egg right next to the Monkey King who is stuck on the high ground. They're like literally right next to him. They all just die. And just the follow-up Exorcism and Wukong's just sealing the deal on top of the Ursa. V-Tune having no hope when he's isolated like that. We're seeing just all the power of VP's draft coming together, and Navi's, you know, the timing, it's long past.
Yeah, I guess what Roger, was he not aware that Nightfall had ended up on the cliff?
No, he was Sunray burning him up on the cliff to make sure that he couldn't hop down, and then he had to commit because the Boundless Strike came down. And I think Timbersaw was on top of him, so he just committed the dive, and he just ended up next to the Monkey King. He was very likely dead anyway, no matter where he placed the Egg, but it just looked funny because he did it right on the cliff right next to the Monkey King.
Nightfall, certainly going to be happy with that. I mean, still going unscathed this game. 2-0-10 Nightfall. They haven't managed to kill him.
Didn't kill him the last game either. He could end this whole series without a death.
Looking very, very well done here by VP yet again. Butterfly already about halfway done for Nightfall as his next item.
They're really good at just identifying like their strengths and weaknesses in like certain aspects of the game and when they should sacrifice people. Like I'm looking this game, he's got 8 deaths. Kingslayer has 3. That's 11 of the 14 deaths. You know, that's Navi. They're not getting the kills they want. They're not killing core heroes. And it's very similar to the last game where we saw the exact same thing happening. VP always sacrificing these supports in these positions, and the cores just always survive. And they get these cleanups, and they just make the game look kind of easy in a way, the way they dance around Navi's attempted plays. They just are very aware of the map. And now they're going to smoke. They're looking for the head-on fight. DD in the bottle of Nightfall. Smoke will be broken. A lot of pings coming out.
I mean, Navi, they don't want to jump this unless they're completely sure of the position of VP support.
They can't be the ones jumping anymore. It feels like they have to just do full defensive plays. It has to be like the egg all the way in the back, and it feels so hard for them to take any of these fights. These VP supports now at this point have had very good positioning. I see Kingslayer just spamming Shadow Amulet the whole time on himself too, to be able to hide.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And fun things to point out too is, you know, GPK, he's been holding it for a while now, but he has Elven Tunic. So, you know, people always talk about the evasion and everything. It's movement speed too. Look at this Death Prophet's move speed. You know, he's not only very good with that evasion versus Ursa, but he's also super speedy, and he finds himself yet another Arcane Rune in the game. His 4th or 5th, maybe even 6th Arcane Rune that he has found.
V-Tune, what's going to be the big item? It's going to turn things around. MKB.
Make that a rapier.
I think so. I
really feel like he needs it. It feels like he's just alone in this game.
There's 15k down now against VP. VP. I mean, this is, you know, this is what you want to see from VP performance-wise. You know, towards the end of this league, going in from what will be this top position towards the major. You know, this is the level of play that is the reason why a lot of the fans are very excited to see what VP is going to do on an international stage.
100%. They've been so clean. And Navi have had some absolutely beautiful games, right? They've had some really clean games where they've stopped, but they've also had a lot of these dicey games where it's been really back and forth, and they've just, you know, even dropped some games to teams that they didn't think they would. But VP, they've not shown that. They've not shown any slip-ups, and even Nightfall. Okay, this was kind of cool. So he bought a Quarterstaff. So we see that Ursa queues up MKB. He sells Quarterstaff, buys a full Scotty. Now Ursa's going MKB just to deal with an Elven Cloak of a Death Prophet.
Damn.
He's debating it.
Well, in that situation, you definitely want to be getting a rapier instead. Whoa, okay. Balance strike going to be off the mark. Always want to fly. He's out. No, he's not. DM's in. He's got the Yules. And they'll get themselves the kill. DM continues his godlike streak over towards the mid. Iceberg. He's going to put the BKB, but he can't blink out in time.
And he has no buyback. He just spent his gold on Shivas.
Wait, no, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Yes, he did. All right, well.
That's a Rax.
That's at least a Rax. There's no Queen of Pain here for a minute. For any sort of final fight potentially from Navi as VP. They're getting this mid-Rax here. Fortification will be popped, but especially once they realize that Iceberg's not coming back, they are not going to stop sieging the base of Navi. Sure. They'll swing straight up towards the top lane.
Oh, the glimpse.
All right.
Slow down Nightfall a little bit, but
a minor inconvenience.
Yep. Slightly annoying. V2, you know what the saddest thing is, Owen, honestly? The fact that they still have the cheese on Navi from when they got the Brosh earlier. They just haven't even had a chance to use it versus VP.
I haven't. VP's just not allowed them many opportunities to fight.
Nope. And they're going to get the tower. Queen of Pain's going to start respawning, and they're immediately going to back and go for that rush. As we will see it spawning in about a minute. They've got more than enough time, and there's no way Navi can fight around that pit, as we've seen. VP, they're just playing this one super methodical, super clean, looking to make no more mistakes.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's see. Seeing Aghanims dropped and picked up by save. That's what we want. That's how you finish in style here if you're VP.
Dude, GPK has a heart. Oh my god. They can't kill anybody. They will never kill a core.
The rapier. They need the rapier. It's the only way for V-Tune. Sell that javelin. Hey, sell the damn cheese.
Sell the cheese.
I actually was thinking the same thing. Take that cheese straight to market.
I honestly think they need it. They really just need to get it.
How much does go for nowadays? You get what, 500 gold?
500.
500
Yep,
gold.
Always been 500. Same thing. Hey, refresher shard is also 500 gold, by the way.
Oh yeah, I always forget that you can sell a refresher shard.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
I don't know why you can't.
A tip for
I
your
really hope
pubs,
that
ladies and gentlemen. You know, it's always that annoying item. You know, there's always a support that wants it. They won't notice if it's gone. Just run it to the shop.
MKB is done. VP just chasing.
They're popping the egg. They've got the hook shot in, but they're hitting the egg down. They're going to be able to take it away. Nightfall getting a little low, but he's able to get the Wukong's command off as General dies inside of the ultimate. Vichu will pop the cheese, but he's going to die as soon as he's eaten it. As they have killed
They get Nightfall the one.
the Monkey King, but there's 4 dead. There's soon to be 5 here, with Iceberg also caught out to the side. He can't get out. 5 dead, all without buybacks. It's over. GG is called, and VP, they'll take this game, and with that, the series 2-0 against Navi here today, Fulton. I mean, my goodness, they look very, very good.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait to watch this team versus like Secret versus IG and everything on the international stage.
Absolutely.
They look really impressive. And the thing is that they've done it with a lot of different various types of drafts and a lot of different like quirky stuff. You know, they busted out the jungle Huskar. They've destroyed their opponents' attempts. It's such an enjoyable team to watch when they're just making very little mistakes. And when they do make the mistakes, they're not that costly. You know, they're giving up some support kills and stuff like that. This is a really fun team to watch, and I really look forward to seeing them on the big stage.
Absolutely, an incredibly disciplined squad, and right up to these final moments, you know, this last series and all, it was pretty much flawless. You know, sort of the kills, the moves that Navi were being able to make. There was always something else that the VP were doing that was just that little bit greater in trade. And as you say, and as I'm sure everyone at home will be looking forward to, cannot wait to see what VP has in store on the international stage. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen, with all these wins, there's no doubt about it. VP flawless amongst the series, winning every series here in the league. They will secure themselves, ladies and gentlemen, Virtus Pro, your champions of the ESL Upper Division CIS.
Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it will cave and swallow me whole. Wondering why my mind keeps on spinning. This isn't how living to me was told. Why am I like this? I can see the light, but I can also see the bones decay. I don't know what else there is to say. I'm doing my best not to run away. Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it'll cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering how the world keeps on spinning, kinda scared of living when it unfolds. Hard to see the light when everything is dying.
ESL 1 Eastern European DPC League, of course, powered by Intel and some fire as well. We're getting powered by that as well. But VP, undisputedly the best team in the region. They take first place, and with that, guarantee themselves the position in playoffs at the Singapore Major. And this series, a 2-0, stellar performance from them for sure, but they also weren't really pressured that much, T.
Yeah, I think this entire league, pretty much no team pressured them. They lost one single game to what could argue be their own mistakes. Therefore, no one touched them in the region. And that alone is very scary, them pushing into the major now.
Said it best. This team is challenging for one of the best teams in the world, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's like unstoppable, just like Team Secret. What do you know? They're scrim partners, but you can see the formulaic approach to the draft that Secret brings as well. I'm sure they had more in the tank too.
They
didn't even get challenged.
They didn't even need to use anything in the tank. They could just roll out.
This works, guys. Oh wow, that was pretty easy.
It,
We can do that again.
Like, hey DM, what do you want to play? Timberstar? Sure. I believe we are actually with DM at the moment as well. Oh, it's Save. There you go.
Oh, hi, Save.
Hey, Save. Congratulations on the series.
Hello. Thank you.
Hello. I'm first just gonna ask you, how are you doing? You know, this is the end of the season for you guys. How are you looking back on it?
I mean, to be honest, it was a quite easy league for us. So, I mean, we just played serious every game, and we managed to make it 7-0. So we're happy.
Yeah, and definitely well deserved. And you did make the series, the Dota games, look easy for you guys. I am curious to hear from you who of your team you'd consider the MVP, not for the series today, but of the season. Because I'm sure all your teammates would say you. So I figured I'd ask you.
I mean, I don't know. Everyone played good. I think probably Nightfall or GPK played really good in this league. So yeah, probably one of them.
All right, and what are you going to do for the next 5 weeks?
We have like 2 weeks break, and then we're coming again on the bootcamp to 2 weeks practicing before the major. Yeah.
Okay, good stuff.
All right, so yeah, congratulations on the win. I forgot my question, so Carl's going to quickly ask.
So I'm curious, you know, you've scrimmed a bunch against Team Secret. Both of you guys, you have 7-0 going to the playoffs. Do you feel like them as your partner have helped you grow a lot? Or is it just you guys are damn good and that's how it's going to be?
Yeah, actually, Secret is a really good team. We've learned a lot from them by playing scrims. So yeah, we played a lot of scrims throughout this league with Secret. So yeah, we learned a lot, and we became definitely a better team.
Did that influence your formula at all? Because both of these games, in fact, a lot of these games in the DPC, you opened with your Lion and DM's Hero. Did you have any change planned if Navi were able to beat you or banned out both Timber and Tide, or were you just kind of like, they're not going to beat this, we won't need another?
We think it's like the best option to draft in this meta, like by picking some support and offlaner in the first phase. So that's our drafting strategy, and we play it. Yeah.
Okay, my question simply is, do you like the format of the DPC League now that you've won the group stage already? The champions of the region. What do you think about it?
Can you repeat again?
So the format of the group stage, where you play 1 best of 3 a week for 6 or so weeks. Do you like that format or not?
No, I actually hate this format. We just stay 1 month in the bootcamp, doing literally nothing, just playing scrims in one game a week. So it's like we're like really tired of just staying in the bootcamp. I like wake up every day and I'm just waiting my next official game. Like every day I wake up, I just wait for my next official game.
Is there something you can do with the team at the bootcamp that is not Dota? Like, I don't know, a table tennis or something like that?
I mean, we don't have much of this. We just like we're watching some movies, and that's actually all that we do. So there's not really much to do on this bootcamp.
Who decides the movies, though? That's important because there's a lot of different genres of movies out there.
I don't know. Like, it might be every one of us just saying like, guys, let's watch this movie. I think it's cool, and we say like, yeah, let's go.
I like it. I like it. Who do you look forward, by the way, because you scrim a lot against Secret, but who do you look forward to scrimming perhaps in Singapore?
I don't know. Probably some Chinese teams like IG, I think, are very good. I don't know. Like, every team are really good. I think the teams like that go to the group and play after the major. Every team is really good. So I'm looking to play every of them.
And I'm looking forward to seeing you play every single one of them. It has been an absolute joy watching you guys play throughout the season. You've been unstoppable, are unstoppable, and can't wait to see you take on the next challenge at the major. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Yeah, thank you. Good evening.
Yeah. Have a good evening.
Thank you. Congrats.
Yeah, I mean, they've just, it's been an easy season for them. He says it himself, and it has looked easy for them. I am so curious how they will do on an international stage, because this is a team that has not been together for that long. They came together during COVID season, and that means we have not seen them yet at an international line.
Yeah. I guess the saving grace for them is they've been at a boot camp for so long, so it's not like these other stacks that potentially, if they got to the major, they're not like newly formed. I think, for example, like in NA, right? If, let's say, Undying get their way to the major, they're an online stack, never had time together, then they're thrown into the major, right?
Yeah.
VP, they've been in a boot camp, they've been building up the kind of disciplines required, so it shouldn't be too scary to kind of transition over.
What's wild, though, about the format is, like, Save criticized the lack of Dota played for the most part. They're going to go to the major. They're going to know their opponent in advance.
Yep.
And it's one series.
Yes.
It's a BO3. You win, you're top 6. Great, you got points. You're like almost locking up a TI invite. You lose, and now you're one series away from elimination.
Yeah.
So it'll be curious to see whether they have more in the pocket, really. Like, he even said it himself. Yeah, we like support plus offlaner. Well, every team in Dota is going to know that. Will they change anything over 5 weeks? Will they add more? Will they stick to the same script? It's like a real mind game now with the draft and preparation, how that affects the teams.
5 weeks is a lot of time for the meta to change, and we don't even know if there might be a patch. I didn't even ask Save if he wanted a patch. I imagine he doesn't. Was one of the things that we wanted to ask him, but sometimes things slip our minds. But there could be a patch, and it could be potentially a big one. Who knows? We don't know.
Yeah, I'm just having worries that, like, we've now interviewed, of course, European, Eastern European, and Western European. Yeah. And both of them have not really liked the format.
Yeah.
They're both thoroughly bored by the end of it.
Well, they keep winning, of course.
No, of course, but like they come to the end of it, it's like, we just wake up, we play our game, and we wait again for next week. Like that alone, I'm kind of scared for our best teams if they're already kind of bored at winning. Like, I'm just a bit concerned about that. But overall, hopefully the major relights that fire in them.
You don't remember 2017, 2018? There's too many tournaments.
Yeah,
I don't want to travel.
I want to be home. There's so much money in the game. I can't choose.
I don't want to turn a tournament down.
I want to play in all of them because I want all the cash.
We can agree on a balance, though, right, guys?
I was still playing at that time, by the way, and I was like, God, I'm trying to qualify. I'm only getting to like half of these things. Can we not take away tournaments?
Yep.
I will agree we want more Dota.
But we
I think that'll be something that's edited. But at the end of the day,
it is crazy because when you're saying we want more Dota, we can watch Dota every hour of the week, right? That's been this season. It's like all the time Dota, all day long.
East Coast,
but it does mean that's
right
starting
now.
Very
now.
soon. But that is, we gotta have some overlap if we're gonna combine.
I think it's great for international viewing, but when you think about each region and what it's bringing to the scene, it is somewhat hindering for sure.
Yeah.
Like the lack of enthusiasm, the fact, like, imagine you're at boot camp, right? this 5-6 week boot camp, you're playing for one series. That means the other 5-6 days, you're just waking up, scrimming, doing this. And it's like there's no real off time because you're just always thinking about that next series. So for sure, it's always room for growth. But alas, VP have, demolished this season, and exciting to see what they do.
They thoroughly have. And normally around this time, I'd ask you what's your favorite moment of the day, but I'll change it up. What was your favorite moment of the season? Because this is the final day. We're here in the studio with the champions. We got them listed behind us. We also got the trophy picture behind us, by the way, which VP will get. This is over there.
Probably the lap around the studio.
That was your highlight. First of all, that was not ESL 1 powered by Intel.
Yeah,
true.
So what was your ESL 1 powered by Intel?
Part of it was, though, it was because a lot of my Eastern European friends reached out. They're like, great job, Kyle. You're a man of your word. And I'm like, well, I guess. But,
again, we have no idea what you're talking about.
I will start it off then. Yeah, we never knew that happened. That was in a different reality.
We're working for ESL
my favorite point was normally a lot of these players would dodge interviews and say, no, don't speak English well enough. We know that that's not true, first of all. We've heard you speak before, And now we finally got to talk to so many players, and I really like that.
Reminds me, what was it? We were in Singapore like a year and a half ago. I was doing content, never again. And we were trying to get this piece filmed, and VP walked straight past us, okay? Yeah. They go to the elevator, they go outside. As they come back up the elevator, we're trying to get him again, and they just walk past on their phone.
Yeah, they were all on their phones. I remember that.
Please. Here,
one by one, yes. Yeah. But it's, here they did not have a lot of choice. And I'm very happy about that because we get to hear some of these players and we don't get to do that enough. So that was my highlight of the season.
I guess my highlight is, team spirit. I think they just showed that they can rival for a second position. Of course, there's a big discrepancy between VP and everyone else. But I think at least coming into the series or the season, I thought it'd be, a clear VP, then Navi, then everyone else.
Yeah.
So at least Spirit have shown that they are equal to a Navi.
Their season isn't even over.
There's not.
Exactly.
Is your favorite moment going to be Sunday then?
Sunday.
Tiebreakers.
What was your favorite moment of the season?
I tried to tell you. You cut me.
Well,
it wasn't okay.
That never happened.
That never happened.
It's the wrong show, Kyle. What's your
Is there even
show?
another show, Shiva?
No,
I don't even know there's another show. There's only one show. This show. Powered
you
by
guys know
what,
that.
Shiva?
We know that. Cal
Was it powered by Shiva?
What?
I don't know. I was trying to do a sellout thing, but you didn't really pick up that. It's fine. Oh well. That thing there we go.
Electricity and Intel. That's one.
Bang. What's your favorite moment, Kyle? Come on, we want to know. We're really excited.
Here.
Oh, that is actually very true. You did make our lives a lot better getting here. So I will.
I was 2 weeks in. I was like, oh my god.
I'm clipping that. That's not on the show rule. NETO. Yep, these guys, they love me. Thank you. Please hire me.
There you go.
Oh, Kyle, I didn't pay you. Did not do it. Come on.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, he's great.
There we go. Yeah, go on. She was happy too. Yeah.
All right, great. Let's take a look at the standings because the season is, almost over. With the series that just concluded, we do have 2 teams actually fully locked in. So we started the day with only no techies being locked in at the bottom team. Now we have 2 teams in VP and Navi that are locked in as well. VP guaranteed playoffs at the major. Navi guaranteed group stages at the major. Now there's 2 things that still need to be decided. Actually, we have another thing guaranteed, I guess. Extremum with losing, they're guaranteed here in Division 1 next season round without making it to the major. However, 2 tiebreakers.
Yes.
What is that?
No, Team Spirit and Gambit, that's a tiebreaker, and Unique and Empire. No, I just thought of a really great idea. We need show matches. So after the league ends, just put VPV Secret. Get the second place of
Best of 7!
Bang! Just get some good Dota.
Someone get some money on the line.
Yeah.
That's still...
The teams put their own money on the line.
Best of 7.
Yeah.
The only time that happened in Dota history is still one of the craziest things.
It is.
IG 3-0, DK wins the next 4 matches.
Yeah.
They have a break.
They figured it out. It was lunch break in between.
Yeah.
I mean, the food dip, the after food dip, it definitely makes a difference.
It's true.
Some people might have ate too much.
Yes, exactly.
And
others didn't eat at all.
Season,
so they're like,
best of 5s every match.
Oh, wow.
Some of these matches would be more painful. VP might just...
I just want to see some teams complain like, well, I'd have to watch a lower division best of 5 before my upper division best of 5 starts. Like, no. They're getting way too upset,
All right, I'm going to tell you when you can watch more Dota. Because today, that was it for us. Obviously, you can watch the South American division starting right around now in a little bit, maybe just now. That's an exciting series to watch. It's SG versus Beast Coast. It's a deciding series there as well, the final series of the season, I believe, as well, and might cause tiebreakers or might cause people to just qualify. But I think you're interested in the upper division of both Europe and